Hi guys, I'm Ahana and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can hire your first software engineer. If that sounds good to you, then keep on watching. I recently made a 10-step guide as to how you can make your first hire in general, but I know for a lot of startups that first hire can often be a technical hire or a software engineer, and that's why I wanted to make this video. In this video, I'll be going into more detail about some of the specifics around hiring software engineers in particular. Let's jump in. Step number 1. Identify what you need. Are you a non-technical founder looking for somebody to lead the tech entirely? Are you a technical founder that just needs a little bit more support in a couple of places? Are you working on a very technical project that requires certain expertise in a specific field? You're going to have to consider these points to understand who it is that you're looking for and what type of hire you're making. Are you bringing on a technical co-founder, or is this a first hire? Step number 2, create a job description. The amount of detail in the job description is going to vary based on who you're looking for. If you are looking for a technical co-founder, or if you yourself are a technical founder, you've already started working on the tech and you've already got a tech stack in place. In any case, you're going to want to provide an overview of your company, summarizing its mission and its key goals, the vision for the product, the progress if there is already a product, the time commitment, so this would be full-time or part-time, the location, you may be remote or in person. If the role is remote, you're also going to want to cover preferred time zones, communication language, and if the role is in person, you're going to want to cover whether you offer visa sponsorship or not. You should also try to provide an estimate of the compensation. This includes salary and equity. You certainly can create job postings without listing these explicitly, but candidates tend to like more transparency around this point, so they're not wasting time applying for jobs that just aren't suitable for what they're looking for. If you have a benefits package, also be sure to include any additional benefits. And this may not be monetary, this may be flexible work hours, it may be a lot of creative freedom, it might be the ability to learn and shadow. These details I've just described will form the basis of the job description. Coming back to the point of if you have already started working on the product itself and you have a stack in place, it's super important to describe the tech stack that you're currently using. You should outline the tech skills that are required for this role. So if you're working in specific languages, in our example, we had Rust, React Native, and Python. Those were non-negotiables that we need from anyone we're bringing on to our tech team. Then there's some nice-to-haves, or things that they can learn on the job. In our example, these things included TypeScript, working with Expo, Kubernetes knowledge, working with DigitalOcean. If, on the other hand, you're a non-technical founder and you have absolutely no idea where to start, then the best thing you can do is be transparent and write very clearly in the role that you're looking for somebody to lead the technical side of your company, and they will ultimately have full freedom in choosing the tech stacks required for the job. Step number 3, go where the people you're trying to hire hang out. If you're looking for a technical founder and you're non-technical, this might be a STEM university or communities of developers, communities of aspiring founders, or even just your personal network. Do you know anyone that can code that would be interested in starting a company with you? If you are hiring for a specific tech stack, you need to figure out where the people who use that stack hang out. A great place for this is actually online forums. As I mentioned earlier, we have Rust in our stack, and the best place to find Rust engineers is actually on Reddit. We knew this through our own experiences in the language and having friends that are also Rust enthusiasts. This is a great example of where you need to problem solve and think outside the box of where do the people that have the skills that you're looking for exist, and how can you access them? You can also try platforms like LinkedIn. With LinkedIn, it's great because there's so many people on the platform, but the challenge can be that if you're looking to work in a very specific tech stack or you need a specific level of skills, with hiring, LinkedIn is often better for quantity over quality. So you may get a lot of leads, and who knows, you might get lucky and get someone that's a perfect fit for your company. However, if you are looking for somebody with a highly specialized skill set, oftentimes forums are the better way to go. Similarly, you can use an agency. There are so many agencies with developers, so my key tip there would be to try to go off a recommendation. It can be hard to navigate through the noise of just how many recruitment agencies there are, but if through your own network you can get a recommendation for one that's worked for someone else, that can be a good place to start. But do bear in mind, with an agency, you will have to pay a fee, and sometimes there's not a whole lot of transparency around the hire. I'm happy to make another video on dealing with agencies and how to negotiate with them. If that would be helpful, let me know in the comments below. Step number 4, conduct a fit interview. I personally like to conduct the fit interview before the technical interview because they take less time to prepare than the technical interview, and it's easier to rule candidates out. If someone's not a good fit for the company, then no matter how technically gifted they may be, it's probably not going to work out between us. In the fit interview, I really try to get to know the candidate, asking cultural and motivational questions. I also like to throw in a few basic technical questions, not so much to test their technical abilities, but more to actually get a feel of how they communicate and how well they're able to explain concepts. There is an entire art in conducting fit interviews and finding the right candidates. I feel like this video is just creating more video ideas. But once again, if that is something that you want to see on how to conduct a fit interview, an interview for culture fit, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to make that one happen. And step number 5, conduct a technical interview. I discussed this in my last video about hiring, but it's so important that you find somebody who is technically competent. There's a couple of different ways that you can run a technical interview. What we like to do is a pair programming exercise. Pair programming exercises are a great way to get candidates to showcase their method of thinking. Another advantage of a pair programming exercise versus a take-home assessment is that all of the candidates have an equal amount of time to complete the work. If you are very hung up on creating a take-home assessment, that is something else you can do. These can often be mini projects, and it's a good idea if you do have an existing tech stack to use technologies in this take-home assessment that will be used day to day on the job. Now, this is all well and good if you are a technical founder and are able to conduct these yourself. What do you do if you're not a technical founder? One of the first things Michael Seibel said to us at the start of the YC batch is, as a founder, this is the time to call in every favor that you can. And I think this is a great example of, if you don't have the technical skills to run the interview process yourself, your best bet really is asking a trusted friend, family member, or colleague. It can be incredibly hard to suss out if a candidate is technically competent if you yourself don't have those skills. Have a real think if there is someone in your network that you can leverage for this. And if there isn't anyone in your immediate network, use tools like LinkedIn. Send a message to a developer or someone that clearly does have technical skills on LinkedIn and ask for their thoughts. People's willingness to help can actually be quite surprising. There are also technical assessment tools like HackerRank that you can leverage during your technical interview process. And that's it. That's how you can make your first technical hire. The rest of the steps involved are more generic around sending out the offer letter, being there to answer questions. You can check that out in my last video on how to hire your first employee. I hope this video is helpful, and if you have any questions around anything I've discussed, please be sure to ask them in the comments below. Alright, that's all for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.